I hope this audio is working. I was debating if I was going to put on the chat or not. Hopefully YouTube does right by me. I am going to be getting a microphone for my iPhone very soon. Be right back. So pitch black dark, and it's almost 6 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are we paying taxes? Why are we paying taxes for potholes in the street and no proper lighting? So I had to make a whole U-turn to try to go to this park, which I don't even know if there's even parking for a car. I don't know, what is this, like a homeless park or something? Like, what's going on here? I have a lot to say in this video. I have a lot to say, and I know that there's got to be at least one of you. I mean, I know there's at least one of you guys that is excuse me. You know what I should have done? I just woke up. If you guys can't tell, obviously by my attire, I just woke up, right? Let me see if I can get parking with this place, or I'm gonna have to go to a parking lot, because what is the deal? Okay, I just turned in. Let's see if there's even any parking, because I've never seen it's an open park? I never seen no kind of park like this in my life. Most parks, don't most parks have like, wait. So that's a park? That's gotta be a joke. I'm not gonna get out of my car to sit in there. There's no way I'm gonna go sit in there. Let me see if I could cross this. Let me see if I could cross over. Yeah, it's an open park, y'all. Let me show you. It's an open park next to an apartment, and Google, I knew it was too good to be true. I knew it was too good to be true. Google says something about 24/7. I'm like, 24/7 what? Like, but I just have gas to spare, and I just want to, you know, see if it's any good, and it's not. So I'm gonna go across the street and park over here, because I gotta make this video so someone can draw from what I've been going through. And is this Walmart even open? Like, hardly. Like, I'm not really a morning person unless I have to be. So like when I'm a morning person and I see other people are not morning people, it kind of makes me chuckle, because like I'm not a morning person at all. But it's like, if I have to, and I don't want to park here, it's like if I have to, I will. And I have some stuff I need to start busting out, because like I bought a tripod thing for my phone a long time ago, but I have to learn how to work this type of stuff, guys. It's like, yeah, I'm a millennial, but like I'm a certain millennial, you feel what I'm saying? And like certain things I don't really know about because like nobody taught me. And I didn't go to school for no damn technology necessarily. So I'm just gonna park like right here. There should not be an issue. And if there's an issue, I'm gonna just simply move my car. I'm gonna simply just move. I hear sprinklers, so there's a lot of cars, so it looks safe. Is that a sports bar? I really cannot tell, nor do I care. Yeah, but if there's an issue, I would just simply move my car, because like I could do that. Let me turn off my car. Okay, so where do I even start, guys? I don't personally believe in certain things being on the internet. Like, certain things I think should not be on the internet, but the topics that I'm gonna talk about, even though it is personal related, which I have no issue with, I like the philosophy of like, if you speak for yourself, like nobody can speak for you. So to anybody out here who thinks that like I would never speak for myself because I'm a fraidy cat, or I have a certain kind of personality, you obviously don't know Simone, and you damn sure don't know me, because I ain't afraid of nobody. I ain't afraid of nothing. I ain't afraid of nobody. And I really, you know, guys, I really hate that on YouTube we can't curse. When I have strong emotions, or like when I'm really stressed out, or like when I feel something very deeply, sometimes a curse word will slip out, and I make no apologies for that, because like that's my personality, and like I don't not enjoy cursing. And I know there's some people out here in the world that like hate cursing, and like they cringe at cursing, and they have like this no cursing rule. That's not me. That's clearly not me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could hear cursing in a movie, I could listen to somebody else curse, and I don't even care. Like, it doesn't even bother me. So like, I will try not to curse, but like this video right here is like so deep, and I feel like so many people can like relate. And I know for a fact that like once this, okay, so what am I parked in front of? I'm just very perceptive, guys. Hold on. I see a nail salon. Yeah, this is something I'm gonna move my car because I'm not trying to go to this place. So let me just kind of move my car real quick. One sec, guys. Because you know how some people are. I don't want to park if there's like other kind of people over here with a business or certain business, so I'm not trying to like have any issues. So let me just repark somewhere else that's not with that. I mean, or at least park a couple places down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just very perceptive, so let me just, and that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. So y'all stay tuned, because I have a lot to talk about with you guys. Yeah, like I'd rather park way more down, where like there's not all these other businesses that are like probably gonna think that I'm trying to go inside when I'm not. Because people are greedy like that. I'm just trying to I'm just trying to like relax and make a video, even though it's 5 o'clock in the morning. But I don't feel like that should make any huge difference. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go where I want, you know, there's no limit, so who gives a shit? And like like I said, if there's a problem, I'll just move my car, but there shouldn't be, because there's nobody here. Hardly anybody here. And my car door is locked. If I have, well, I could see my time. It's 5:38, and most local parks open at 7 or 6:30. 6:30 doesn't even sound realistic. Most local parks, I think, open at 9, 8, or 7, right? I think, I'm not sure. So like if a bigger park, like the parks I go to, are open, I would go, but they're not. So I'm kind of like, what else can I do? You know, I would love some fresh air, but I'm not going to open my door in a public parking next to there's a Walmart over there. For those, you know, in America, there's a Walmart. So if the Walmart was open, they'd think I'm going to shop. So that's why I'm parked over here. Anyway, just for those who are curious. So tell me how, right? A lot of people I've been seeing, aka chosen ones, whatever title you want to use, of late I've been making certain content. I wouldn't even say content, because like that's just a fancy term for a video or a film or whatever. And I've been talking about like different things that I'm seeing other people are going through. And I'm, like I said, I'm very perceptive, I'm very intuitive. So I can always pick up, actually, not kind of, I can always pick up when like there's a shift, you know, like when there's a shift and something's changing in life. And if you guys have not checked out my Year of the Dragon video, you may want to check that video out, because that video is freaking incredible. And the downloads that I've been getting spiritually about next year are so powerful. Um, and I even have the credibility to back it up, where I was on my Twitter account, and I don't know this person personally, but their tweet came across my timeline, and they said, this is what this lady put, and it kind of went viral, not like big, like blow up, like big viral, but it was like I think like 6,000 likes, 2 or 3,000 reposts or quote tweets, which is a lot. To me, that's a lot. And she put 2023 spiritual year, like dot dot equals a spiritual year, and then 2024 dot dot equals the year about money, like money year. And like that's like spot on to like what I feel. Like 2023 was a very spiritual year. And maybe, just maybe, that's why a lot of people said that they didn't like this year or they had a bad year, because maybe there was a lot of epiphanies and trauma and issues, that people have been going through but didn't want to face the music. And I've been in different ways, I've been coming on here and telling you guys that you got to do the work, and on my TF journey, and when I really like awakened at 21, left the church, stood up for myself, and told one of my parents that I was never going to go back, for multiple reasons. Obviously try to fit into her perfect, you know, world and ideals, not knowing that it was straight up manipulation and control. And I try to go back or alongside like a certain I think it was, when did Trump get elected, guys? I forgot, but there was a time there was a time period when Trump was running for president. So whenever Trump ran for president was when I was visiting different churches, or like visited her churches or whatever, and the nastiest people were in these churches. Like when I say the nastiest, I mean like the nastiest, hypocritical, rude, like outright were just like rude, like so rude. And I walked out again. I'm like, you know what? This crowd is not for me. They're like they're fucking full of poison. Like these people are claiming they're Christians, but they're like the worst people I've ever met in my life. And I can't believe that people are touting this Christian title, and they're the worst of the worst of the worst. And they want me to claim that religion and that title's so bad, but I don't want to be that kind of person. I don't want to be anything like them. So once again, it was like I think at 23, maybe 23, I think 23, 24, once again, I officially like stood up for myself and like put my foot down and was like, I'm never going back in a church, not unless I baptize my baby one day, or like there's a wedding, or I want to. But like for the most part, like there's nothing in common, like I don't believe in the hate. I don't believe in the hatred. I just don't believe in the hatred that a lot of them display. I grew up in the church, the Christian Pentecostal church to be more specific. And I'm not speaking for all Christians, but let me tell you, I've seen how they get down. I've seen the hypocrisy. I've seen the church steal money, people's money. I have witnesses. Like I've lived, like I've seen like the truth about certain churches and like religious people. So there was a time on my channel where for some reason they were like looking at my videos. I don't know why, but I don't know what the topic of the video was, but there was a time where they were like, I'm gonna say this because it kind of is like the gist of what's been happening. What I'm beginning to realize more than ever, and I've always realized this, but like it's like really like in my face now. What I'm realizing more than ever is like I'm inspiring certain people, or like I'm calling out certain people, or like certain people are watching me that I don't particularly like, you know what I'm saying, or agree with. And I'm not going to use the word gang stalk, because I know that there is a topic for chosen ones who are awakened, and there is a topic of people being gang stalked and followed, and black magic and all that, and that exists. That's real. And I'm not denying if that's happened, because it has, and that's why I'm making this video. But over the years, it's strange for me to say this, because I don't consider, and I'm just gonna put it like on Front Street because I feel led to, and I feel like this is really gonna help somebody else. Um, you know, and like I said, I'm a very honest person, so like there's nothing that I'm that I couldn't talk about because like my personality, like the way that I'm set up, like I can't be a fake person, you know? There is no switch. Like when I'm on when I'm on my channel like right now and I'm talking to you guys, like I'm talking to the camera, like I'm speaking my mind, like there is no switch. And what's so scary to me, and not just about YouTube, but in life in general, is I'm beginning to realize at a massive scale that there's people who have different faces. Yeah, there's people that literally have different faces, which means at church, they're one way, on YouTube, they're another way. If they're around white people or black people, they're a different way. Um, what kind of joke is that? You know? I'm the same way through and through, off camera, on camera, and as I the more I live life, the more I live life and I experience life, I'm utterly disgusted to my core because I cannot believe that there's people in this world that have different masks, you know? Like I don't understand that. I don't understand how people can lie about things and about just who they are and then pose for a different set of people. Like that makes no sense to me, you know? And so I kid you not, about maybe before I came on camera, I was sleeping because it obviously is 5 o'clock in the morning. I should be sleeping. I have no reason to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning unless I want to. And I don't even know how to describe it. I was sleeping, but I wasn't like I wasn't in a super deep, like, I think you call it REM sleep or like, what is it, alpha waves, or I don't know, like what terminology. I need to look it up. But I wasn't in a state of sleep that was deep enough where I couldn't like wake up, or like if I was dreaming, I couldn't like if you're dreaming and you're like in a deep sleep, you can't like get up like normally, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't normally get up out of your sleep and and like the dream will go away. So I wasn't like sleeping that deep because I felt like I was still aware. I don't know how to describe it, but like I was still aware of like the room, you know. I was still aware of like my surroundings. And I don't even, I mean, obviously religion wise, I don't subscribe to a lot of different things, nor do I want to, nor am I called to. Um, but you know, I like to use the word source, universe, God every now and then. But a lot of times when people say God, they refer to, if they've grown up, you know, Catholic or Christian or whatever, especially Christian Pentecostal, they like to refer to God as Jesus, which is a man. So that never really sat right with me because I don't really believe in all that. So ultimately, I see like the planet as like like an active womb, you know, like the divine mother, like Mother Earth. Like I see the earth and I feel like that's more of like my thing, you know? So if I say the word God, it's not like in the, you know, Judeo-Christian version of God. It's just like when I say God, I mean like the Alpha, the Omega, the source. So I see it in a different perspective than what I was raised in, just to break that down. So I can't explain, you know, if it's people praying for me for the truth to come out, because let me tell you this, I'll go a bit deeper. I after I'm gonna tell you why I'm bringing that into the story. It's all gonna come full circle. You guys are gonna see why I brought that up. Fast forward a little bit. I was in my bathroom, and once I got this download and I heard something audibly, and when I tell you guys what I hear, you're gonna be shocked. And I was realizing a lot of stuff. I said, oh my God, like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that was in the dark is coming to light and it's finally making sense. And I'm like, holy, ish, like, this is really happening. Like, this is like the confirmation that I've been waiting for. And so I'm on here, and I can't come on here because I know for a fact that there's a lot of you that genuinely in your heart want what's best for me. I know that. I've met a couple of you guys personally. I've talked to you guys because of YouTube, or if you guys have if you got a reading from me, or you've been subscribed to me, I've interacted with a lot of different people of you over the years, and a lot is like coming to me, man. And that's gonna go me off in a tangent. I wanna stay on the topic at hand. So let me kind of bring it back to what I was trying to say. So fast forward a little bit. I'm in sync and I'm connected. I'm onto something, because when I was on the toilet, I actually went to go to the loo to pee. Okay. And one of my aunts, who is in England, for those who think I'm lying about that, I'm not. I still have a good amount of family that lives in England, that resides in Europe, my home country, which is England. So funny enough, I went on WhatsApp and my aunt was online. One of my aunts was actually online, and she messaged me when I just woke up. You see what I'm saying? And our conversation has been continuous, and I was telling her like different stuff, and I'm like, bro, like, what are the chances? Like, we have a totally different time zone. For anybody who knows travel, you've been to Europe, or if you're like outside of America, you're in Africa or you're in Asia, like, like everywhere in America, West, East Coast, West Coast, we all have a different time zone. So, and a time frame. So, like 3 hours ahead, or 6 hours ahead, or 3 hours, early, like, depending upon where you're trying to, what time zone you're trying to correlate to. Like, let's say, for example, it's the Midwest, and you're trying to correlate the Midwest to London, England. That's a time difference, that's a big time difference. So when I woke up and I went to the loo, and she was online corresponding to what I put from the night previously, and I'm talking to her, I'm like, what the heck? What are the chances of me just waking up and she's online? So here's what happened. I was like, stomach face down on the bed. My head was turned to the left. I had one AirPod in, because this is exactly what happened. I had one AirPod in. I can't tell you guys how or why, but when I woke up, I had a YouTube short that was playing on my video. That was playing on my iPhone that I never touched. And the topic that the young lady in the YouTube short was talking about was along the lines of manifestation and something like that. But I felt like she was speaking like almost directly. I mean, hell, she was like speaking directly to me. And it was strange, because like when I went to sleep, I don't recall, I'm getting chills, guys. I don't recall me pressing any button to play any video. I literally just had the AirPod hanging in my ear, my left ear, because my other AirPod, and I have it right here, so I'm not BSing you guys. My AirPods are right here. My brand new AirPods I bought during the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale is right here. I have it right here. Okay? And my other, the right AirPod was like, I think either, I don't remember where that was, but it wasn't charged. So I only had one in my ear. And so I'm like, wait, like, there's too many synchronicities, right? There's too much confirmation happening right now. I'm like, this is like, I'm onto something, guys. I'm onto something, right? And I got chills, so I know that I'm like, I could feel it, Like, I have chills right now, like, on my feet, and I don't even normally get chills on my feet and on my legs, but I have chills. And so backtrack a little bit before I had my aunt was, like, synchronizing with me. I heard something that my, I'm not gonna say who, but somebody, uh, said a while ago to me, and it was in, like, a joking manner. And you know when people say that, the way people really feel about you is hidden in their insults? Like, people will make a joke, but it's not a joke, it's really how they feel about you, but they do it in a joking manner, right? And there's like I said, there's nothing else in my room, it's just me by myself in my bedroom. There's nothing else going on. It's not like I was, like, sitting like how I'm sitting right now, and I'm meditating, and there's people walking in and out, or have friends over. Like, there should be no reason why, there should be no reason why, there should be no reason why I feel like the lights are on and I'm, like, getting all these downloads. And when I woke up out of my bed to go to the loo, I said to myself, I know that I always go to sleep with the lights off. I don't go to sleep with the lights on. So I'm, like, putting two and two together. I'm like, wait, what's going on here? Right? And so I am not, I'll put it this way. Because everything to do with Christianity and the warped version of Christianity doesn't gel with me, I don't agree with the programming. You have to understand the programming of the trauma of, I mean, I want to talk about trauma. I'll just put it this way. I'm not going to say the person's, it's hard not to say the person's name or the title, but and I'll put it this way. A certain individual would play Bible cassettes. This is how I was raised. Bible cassettes, and the narrators would have these scary voices and these sound effects. And only until I got older did I bring it up, and I have actual family that can witness to this. And I said that I was traumatized. I didn't like that experience, going to sleep with this deep, dark man's low voice reading the Bible to me, while I'm trying to sleep, to scare me about sin and all this. Like, doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in that at all. At all. I don't believe in any of that at all. It's garbage to me. So you have to understand, like, when you are realizing layers and layers and layers of manipulation, control, mind control, brainwashing, you have to get rid of it. You know, doesn't matter what age you are. If you've left a religion or a cult, or if you've left abusive people, abusive family, whatever it is, you have to understand that there's gonna be things that you recognize, because you're healing. When you heal and you're healing, you pick up on things, and when you're really free, like in your soul, you're free, in your mind, you're free, you've taken back your personal power, and like what's happening to you, you are going to begin to pick up on things that you did not pick up on before. Okay? So I'll put it this way. I do believe in guardian angels because I've had personal close to near-death experiences, like certain things where I could have been in a car accident, and like I've seen, like it's deep. I don't want to get too deep on this early morning with y'all, but I do believe in source. I'll just put it that way. So I believe that if you have pure intentions and like if you're in a bad situation, I'll put it this way, if you're in a bad situation, right? And you're not supposed to die, like you're not supposed to leave this planet yet, and like you have things to fulfill, things to do, you're not going to be taken out before your time, you know? Um and that kind of segues into the Diana thing that I've said on the previous royal video that I did, which, man, I was waiting for a while to do that video, guys. If you haven't checked out that video, my commentary on the book with Scobie, obviously Meghan and Harry saying that it was Catherine and King Charles who made a comment about Archie's skin color, which is complete BS. Check out that commentary. And that is another segue point where I'm saying when Diana, let's put it this way, when Diana, I just want to kind of cover that point real quick. When Diana got in her car accident, if she wasn't meant to die, guys, she wouldn't die. You know what I'm saying? She would not die. So back to my original point. So life, you're not going to be done with your life unless it's your time, you know? Under no circumstance is, I believe wholeheartedly, is a person going to leave this planet unless it's their time. You see what I'm saying? So I do believe in, for a lack of a better term, and obviously I could do more research, but I do believe in guardian angels, you know? I do believe that there is such a thing as people sending, people sending, you know, good energy your way. Or if people like to say prayer, you know, you praying for somebody, and so, for some strange reason, somebody praying for you that actually has a pure heart, not a psychopath, somebody who actually has a pure heart praying for you, can, I guess, trickle down into something else, which I would like to understand the science of that and the proof of that, you know what I'm saying? Because that's kind of like how I operate, like with evidence. But somehow, some way, that does work sometimes, and I feel like that's what I've been going through. I don't know who it is or what group it is, or but there's somebody out here, man. I know it. Like there's somebody. It's some people in my family as well that want to see me, you know, succeed even more, and, you know, move away from certain things. But I just feel I know for a fact that there's people that watch me that are maybe are praying for me, because let me tell you, when I woke up and I heard, and like I said, I don't even know, guys, I'm getting chills. I don't even know where that voice came from. Would you guys say the voice is God? Would you guys say the voice is my higher self? What would you what label, which I hate labels, but what label would you put on that? I don't know. I don't know. Was it a lucid dream? Was it a vision? Was it a, I'm getting chills again, guys. I'm getting chills. What would you label that? I don't know. You know, I'd have to do research, but I'm not going to do research at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know, I have things to do. But I will, you know, recircle back, you know, at some point, because, like, you know, as long as I have my channel, like, these videos are up, in my opinion, forever. You know, all the videos that I make, I want to have it, you know, online forever. So I can always go back and watch my own video, like this video, and be like, okay, let me type in this, let me type in that, you know, let me do some research, you know what I'm saying? So I can't explain it. I was in a certain level of sleep that was not deep, and my head was turned. I had my AirPod in my ear, and it was audible. I heard it. And it was so audible that I jolted out of my sleep, my so-called deep sleep, because it wasn't that deep, which I normally do sleep deep, but it wasn't deep that time. And I was like, oh my God, that makes perfect sense. Like, this person's behavior, they were trying to insult me. This particular person was showing me exactly what they think about me, but underlining, you know, like in a very sly, sneaky, gang stalky kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where I even said to myself, I wouldn't be surprised if this particular person has people from their church watching my videos. I wouldn't be surprised they're watching right now. Because the confirmation I've been getting is like, okay, this person's a problem, right? This person is trying to sabotage my success. This person is trying to actively pray, P-R-E-Y and P-R-A-Y, against my channel, against what I do, against who I am. It's now confirmed, guys. So there was a couple videos back that I know a couple of you guys watched where I said to you, I was saying to you guys live that I have a feeling about a particular person. I don't have confirmation, but I know I'm going to get it. I told you guys this, and I've got it this morning, guys. So then when I woke up and I went in my bathroom, and my aunt, who lives all the way in Europe, in England, was online on WhatsApp and was messaging me while I should have been asleep, but she was messaging me and gave me even more confirmation. I'm like, whoa, okay. Like, I got the confirmation. I don't need to know anything else. I don't need to hear anything else. I don't even need to stumble upon anything else. I have the truth. I know the truth. And I'm cutting ties permanently. You know, when I make other moves in my life, maybe at a later date with you all, and I cannot wait for that day. It's going to come sooner or later, guys. Trust me. I am going to be telling it all. And I'm going to be speaking about my experience with people actively doing things to me and mistreating me and all sorts of stuff. I'm really going to bring it up because I know a lot of people are going through this as well, you know, in their own private lives. And it's what's a word I could use without getting too emotional, but I'll put it this way. And not recently, maybe about 3 years ago, there was a time in life where I saw other people that were readers make videos that their family were pastors, or their family were noticeably always Christian, and was trying to blackmail them, there's a confirmation, was trying to keep them in the dark, if you will, okay? And let me put on this light, and was trying to control them, and they didn't know, you know? And there's been, I could say about 2 people, they're Black and they're women, that I've, you know, over time, like a long time ago, you know, would see them make certain videos, you know, and some would, stop reading cards and claim that they're Christian. And then there'd be other ones, it's a bit hot, but there'd be other ones that were crying, you know, were crying and saying how their family did not approve, you know, and other stuff like that, which I also thought was weird. And I'm not going to go into full detail now about it, you know what I'm saying? But what I will say is that I can relate, you know? I can relate to people making a mockery of things that they really shouldn't make a mockery of, and people not liking what you believe, people not liking that you have power. You know, like, they really don't like when you break away from things that you were taught that you don't believe. And I think that it actually should be a crime, and not just a crime of the soul, but I really think it should be something that people get locked up for, where you try to tell people what to believe. You cannot blackmail, control, isolate, gang stalk, not even black magic. You cannot do those things to tell somebody to not do what they believe, you know? And it's like a long time ago when I would see stuff like this. Oh my God, is that a feather? Get out of here. Guys, I kid you not. I'm gonna cry. Sorry, guys. I kid you not. See, it's gotta be an angel. It's gotta be an angel, or, oh my God, it could be my grandfather. No cap, guys, this is real life. It could be my grandfather, because I kid you not, let me show you. There's a tree. You see that tree? There is a tree. I'm parked, okay? This is my setup. There's a tree in front of me, and I had no reason to look. I looked out of my car window, front window, and all of a sudden I saw a white feather float from the tree. This just happened. And as soon as I saw the feather, I have chills. I have chills all over my body. I know that I'm being protected, guys. I'm telling you the truth. It's a form of control, and it's wrong. And I will be speaking out about my own experience with this, because I have been trying to be controlled, and I can't give all the details right now, but I've been trying to be heavily controlled back into that cult, which I call religion, that religion in specific. And because I have different views, I have been challenged by certain individuals, wrongfully, wrongfully. And it's been happening. It's been happening from 21, even little before that, when I was even a child, even when I was a child, and I have people that are witnesses to this. Even when I was a child, I would ask certain questions, and I would make certain comments, even to pastors. Like, I'm not bullshitting, like, even to like youth pastors, like Sunday school shit, like kids' church and stuff. And they would always have a problem with me because I always challenged what they had to say, because I just didn't believe in it. And so what the heck do I look like going to an institution, an establishment, a building, or buildings that I don't believe in, And it's strange because, like, I had another conversation with somebody yesterday night. I'm not going to name who, because I've had multiple different conversations, and I know they want to feel special, but I'm not going to give them a cookie. And I made a comment, and they were like, well, it's in the Bible. And I was like, but you're not getting it. I don't believe in the Bible. I don't use that one book for like a guidance system of my whole life. I don't live that way. I'm not extreme, I'm not an extremist in religion. Like, I don't live like that, and maybe the person finally, got it through their head. But I'm like, bruh, it's kind of sick. Don't you think it's sick that some people will try to hurt you because you don't believe what they believe? And, that kind of rings a bell. We have two wars. We got two wars. We got the war in Ukraine and Russia, and we got the war with so-called Israel and Palestine. And, especially the Middle East conflict, what is that all over? So-called, quote unquote, Abraham, and, religion, once again, religion. And that day is coming, guys. One day I am gonna, in big bold letters, there's not gonna be any Blues Clues about it. One day I am gonna come on here and talk about a lot of stuff. And I know this person don't want me to, but I'm gonna, because I've been controlled for long enough. You know? I have been gang stalked long enough, and like I'm telling you guys, I would not be surprised if this particular person has people from this cult church stalking my channel. Like, I'm being so real with you guys because it's not adding up. Like, the strange behavior, the manipulation tactics, everything I've been up to, I've had to go through up to this point. I'm like, bruh, something is wrong with these people. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can respect your religion, I can respect what you believe, but oh, no, no, no. When I want to live how I want to live, and I want to speak how I want to speak, and I want to think how I want to think, you're trying to shut me down. And that's creepy, And to give you guys an example, I literally had this person say to me, well, I can't burn your brain. Well, I can't burn your brain. And then the person made another comment and said, oh, you're going to hell. And this person's told me multiple times that I'm going to hell when I know I'm not going to hell. And once again, I don't believe in this, in that way, the heaven and hell dynamic of how, the heaven and hell dynamic of how they see it. I don't live according to that. So you cannot chokehold me and silence me and put me in a corner. No matter what you tell me, I'm not gonna think how you think. And so, yeah, guys, I've definitely been lied to. I've been controlled. I've been silenced. I've been abused in that way. And I will be speaking out about it in the near future. You know what I'm saying? Like, the near future could be three years, could be 2 years, could be 1 year, could be a couple months. We're gonna see how things shake out and how things turn out, guys. But no one's gonna tell me how to think. No one's gonna tell me how to live. I was telling another particular individual, like, I am so and so age. I'm in my 20s. I'm a young adult. You're not gonna tell me what to believe, and you're definitely not going to tell me how to think. So to hell with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to push your beliefs onto me. Like, it's getting old, and these people are relentless. Like, they really believe their own delusion. It's like, it's sad. It's like, if you believe in that so much and you're so confident in how you live, why are you trying so hard to push that onto other people? And I don't want to, if I go in, there's so much I could say about it, but I was raised in a way where, especially Pentecostal, where they try to have me evangelize. I was brainwashed. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you what I've gone through. I was brainwashed to go out in the regular public, like, just like Jehovah's Witnesses do, and give out pamphlets and lay hands on people and all this fucking weird shit. And I was totally controlled, I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. And this is a danger of certain parents and certain people and certain relatives or neighbors or whatever. Like, you really got to watch your circle. You really got to be careful how much influence or how much power a boss or whoever has in your life, because they will literally try to control you. Like, I'm telling you guys the God honest truth. It's the same thing for people who are in abusive relationships, and like, because the guy makes the money and the girl has been trapped with a baby, turns out the guy is a narcissist. When have we not seen this play out, guys? It's the same. It's like they try to dangle a carrot, they try to dangle a carrot over your head and say, if you don't do this, this is going to happen. If you don't, and it's like, fuck you. Like, who are you to try to control when I'm telling you guys right now, when I begin to make certain moves and certain things shake in my life, I am cutting ties permanently. And I'm probably even gonna sue. I'm suing because I already got somebody else on the case right now where they're gonna be doing some research, if you will, and I'm blowing this thing wide open because it has to stop, and I don't know, I'm gonna look into like laws and stuff because like this has got to stop, guys. Like these religions, bruh, like these churches, bruh, like they don't pay taxes, you know what I'm saying? They don't pay taxes, and these extremist people, they want to put their beliefs into schools, right? They want to put their beliefs into schools. They want to put their beliefs into workforces, all types of crazy shit. It's like there is a separation of church and state, And I'm telling you guys, these people that are radical and they love to say they love to say how they're so radical, they have no intention on keeping that lid shut, They wanna take over the whole freaking world. Just like how some terrorists wanna, bomb buildings and kill people, it's the same thing. There's people who are and it's all because of what? Religion. Sadly, it's because of religion. That book, whatever book they're reading, whatever cult they're in, whatever pastor that they're listening to, or whoever is out there has brainwashed them. And they take it seriously, where they would take somebody's life, they would poison somebody, they would blackmail somebody, they would try to set somebody up because of their I don't even want to say, because religion is like, it's not all people, but like it's kind of like a cult. It's like they want to take their religion and spread it. And the difference with religion and spirituality and what I'm into is I don't want to convince anybody of anything. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything. And that's what's creepy. That's what's even creepier to me. It's like they cannot stand that I don't even have to try to prove what I do because it works for me. It's what I I don't always wear belief, but it's what I know to be true for me. So nobody should have any kind of stake or control over what I do. Like that should never ever come into play. And so yeah, guys, it's gotten to a point where I've just asked for confirmation about a lot of different things, and it could even be other people out here, and like not just with that situation, like in general, I have a lot of experiences with certain people that people either look up to or know of or whatever, and I'm like, bro, these are frauds. Like, these people are frauds, and they'll turn it around and say, oh, she's this and she has that, and they don't even fucking know me. They don't even fucking know me. Like, at my core, bruh. Like, real-ish. Like, they don't. They don't. All they want to do is control you. All they want to do is assert their power and their dominance, their lack of it, over me to make themselves feel more powerful because they're insecure or they're jealous or whatever. And it is a tale as old as time, bruh. Like, it's sad. It's the reality. And so I think that a lot of you are highly intelligent, and I know for a fact that anybody who's not just a stalker or a weirdo, but I know for a fact that anybody who subscribed to my channel out of pure love and support and likes my content or likes what I talk about or even feels how I feel, you guys are very intelligent. So I don't even have to, certain things I don't even have to directly say out loud. A lot of you, I feel, will watch it back, or you're watching right now and you'll put two and two together. You're putting two and two together and you're saying, oh, okay. So, I can't spell certain things out right now. You see what I'm saying? But like in the future, best believe I'm gonna. Best believe. And there's a quote that I've been seeing for such a long time that I've seen on Tumblr, I've seen on Twitter, And whenever I see it and I have these full circle moments, I'm like, it's crazy how things come full circle, And there's a quote that goes and says, I don't care who I lose or what I lose anymore, as long as I don't lose myself, as long as I don't betray or lose myself. And that's where I'm at today, end of 2023, going into next year, feeling fully loaded, confident, ready to like move forward in my life. Like, that's how I feel right now, is like, I don't care what person or what thing I don't have my life. Like, as long as I have me and I'm able to be me and think what I want to think and live how I want to live, and in full joy and happiness and confidence and peace, I don't give a fuck who I don't talk to anymore. I don't give a fuck who I don't talk to. I don't care who's trying to ride my coattails to get their 15 minutes of fame. I don't care anymore, because you know what? A hit dog will holler. You know what I'm saying? I bet there could be people right now that think I'm talking about them because they're that delusional. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm talking about people in my personal life. I'm talking about things I've gone through in like real life, not the internet. The internet is a whole different wink, wink can of worms. But I've had those experiences too with the internet and different people. And I'm like, bruh, they're shady, they're fake, they're frauds. And it's just like the reality, And when you like, this ties into the other quote that I just said, is like, when you see the truth, when you see it, guys, you can't turn a blind eye, Like, when something is revealed to you, you have to like stand in that truth, You've got to own it. You can't be afraid and cower down and say, oh, maybe I was just being dramatic. No, you were not. No, you were not being dramatic. Like, you got your confirmation, you got the confirmation you need, whether it's a relationship, belief, person, whatever. Like, you've got your confirmation, and don't try to think that on camera, off camera, personal life, not personal life. Don't ever, guys, the worst thing you could do is try to be something you're not, and let other people dictate how you live your life. Like I have always said, if you're a whore, be a whore, If you're a pimp, be a pimp. If you know you're a compulsive liar, stand in that. You know what I'm saying? If you know that you're a psychotic, crazy person, stand in that. If you're an atheist, stand in that. If you're agnostic, stand in that. If you're a Bible thumping, extreme right wing Christian, okay, stand in that. But stand over there, right? Stand over there. Like, don't come over here and mess up my peace because you're not peaceful. Like, that's where I draw the line. You know what I'm saying? But like, be who you are. Own up to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, own up to whatever level of craziness it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, own it. Own it, If you scam people, if you have products and services and thus products and services are not even existent, and you're taking people's money, okay, stand in the fact that you're a fraud. like embrace that. You know what I'm saying? But like, don't lie and say, oh, I'm a honest, hardworking person, but you're stealing money, but you're hacking accounts, but you're a criminal. Like, you can't have it both. You can't have your cake and eat it. Like, you gotta be real. And like, the more I live life, I'm like, wow, a lot of things, a lot of people in this world, they're not real. Like, I knew there was a thing as a fake friend, or, a controlling boss, or a crazy parent, but like, I didn't know it was like this. I didn't know to what depths of insanity, that certain people would go to. I didn't know that. I didn't think that people could spin a web so big and then step back from that said web and say, oh, I didn't do it, he did it. Like, that's crazy to me, you know? Like, it's crazy. And so on that note, watch your circle, guys. Watch your circle very carefully. Pay attention, okay? When people make jokes and funny with you, and they try to, and it's about you, they're not laughing with you. They're trying to laugh at you. They're trying to they're insulting you. That's what it is. And I can confidently say, you know, I'm still in my 20s, you know, and I am humbled, you know, I'm humbled that over the years people have trusted me with readings and intuitive downloads. I mean, I've always been proven right, but sometimes I step back and I've, you know, other communities, not spiritual per se, you know, and I look at other channels and other people and I'm like, their stuff is really good, you know, and they don't even have half as much subscribers as I have. And so I take that seriously. What I tell you guys, what I put out here, I mean what I say. Every word that I say, I mean it. Most of the time, if I'm not mistaken myself, or I'm not backpedaling, what I say, I mean, and I mean fully. And I hold a responsibility, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like with any platform, you know, anything you do in life where it's in the public sphere, I feel like you should take it seriously, because if you don't, you're gonna be a fake person. You know, if you think people are idiots, you know, and you lie and you steal and you do things that are wrong, people should catch on to that, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, I really respect you all, you know, I respect every person that clicks subscribe or thumbs up a video. Like, I have my heart, my whole being respects every single one of you. It really does. And I want the best for all my subscribers, and even for people who, you know, have pure intentions and watch my videos. Maybe they're not subscribed yet, but they watch my videos, you know. If they do become subscribers and, you know, have, you know, support for me and all these type of things, like, I return the respect, you know, I return the love, you know, right back tenfold, you know. And a lot of people are suffering, you know, a lot of people are suffering at the hands of, you know, narcissists, just evil people. And it's so crazy to me how many evil people are in this world, guys. And it's in every fabric of life that we, you know, the air we breathe, you know, the air we fucking breathe. It's in workplaces, it's in families, it's in law enforcement, it's in political spaces, it's in celebrity spaces, it's everywhere. It's everywhere, guys. And don't second guess yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Don't be quick to be put in a chokehold because something or somebody or some ideal wants you to be. Anything you do in life, and this is and anything you do, I mean, I was listening to Dolly Parton, and yes, that was really random, but yeah, I came across like three or four random Dolly Parton videos. Was it, yeah, 2 days ago. And I like country music, you know, I've always liked country music to a certain extent. And I can't tell you why I came across her stuff, I just did. And she was talking about, like, why she never had kids. And she was talking about the LGBTQ plus, and she was talking about, you know, certain movements, you know, that she supports and charities and all types of stuff. And I have such respect for that woman, Dolly Parton. I've been to, in Orlando, I've been to, she had an attraction in Orlando that was like a dinner show. Amazing. Food was oh my God, incredible. I really respect her. And she was saying how, well, I never had children. So she said she thinks that, you know, that the universe, God had a plan for her, and she's like the mother. She said that she feels like she's a mother to the world. And that is accurate, you know, like as I was listening to her, seriously, as I was listening to her, I was like, that's very accurate, because a lot of things she was saying about life, as I get older, I realize, you know, and I felt very connected to what she was saying. Dolly Parton, yeah. And that kind of brings me to this point where I'm saying to you guys, like, you gotta live authentically, man. You cannot live for other people. You just can't do it, you know, and you got to really dig deep, you know, and there's a lot of programming, you know, there's a lot of subconscious programming that has been implanted like an archon into millions and millions upon thousands of people's lives, and they're not even aware that they're living for something else, you know, that is not a part of who they really are, you know? It's not a part of what they actually believe or how they really want to live, but they've been hijacked. Yeah, they've been, yeah, if I open the door, guys, they have been hijacked, you know? And in more serious cases, they've been trafficked. Yes, they've been trafficked. They've been gang stalked. They've been bullied. Yes, it's true. It's so true. And you gotta stand up for yourself, you know? Like, I don't even know how much clearer I can put it, guys, but man, like, it was just something about that Dolly Parton video that kind of, all these, I'll put it this way, all these videos, you know, all these videos, and a lot of things that have been presented to me that I've come across, etc., it's like the right time, right place, you know, right time, right place message. And that Dolly Parton, those Dolly Parton videos, those interview Dolly Parton videos that I came across really spoke to me, because you know, she grew up kind of country, and you know, she was explaining, you know, segregation and racism and all types of it. She grew up seeing happen to other people, you know, Black people. And I was so intrigued, because a lot of what she said could be so applied to not only what I've experienced, but life in general, you know? And she's like, you cannot live for other people, and you cannot live or think in a way that you don't believe at your core, because therefore you have neglected yourself, and furthermore, you have cut off yourself from impacting people that you need to impact. And that I take very seriously. That I take very seriously. So as long as I believe in what I believe, I'm going to keep doing it, you know? And right now, you know, I may be, you know, unwantedly limited because of certain circumstances, but it's not going to be forever, guys. And I will be telling, you know, my story. You know, I will be saying a lot more that these things need to be touched upon, because people are living in the dark. People are cowering in the shadows. and they need to have a voice, you know, and if there's nobody else out here in the world that's going to bring this to light and, you know, speak up, well, I'll do it because I've been doing it, you know, and I'm going to keep doing it. And that's just that. So I love you guys. I think that I feel like I've energetically been released. Of course, you know, of course, there's 1,000 things I could say. There's a million things I could say more in this video. It's over an hour already. But that's the gist of what I've been going through, what I know others are going through. And you've got to stand up for yourself. You know how Bob Marley said, get up, stand up for your rights. You've got to stand up for yourself. And you've got to be willing to let go of whatever is holding you back, whether it's a bad habit, especially people, a dead-end job, you know, lack of faith in yourself, lack of you know, courage, you know, lack of bravery, whatever it is, you know, I don't believe in, especially when kids are involved, I don't like to believe in divorce, but I know that divorce is there for a reason. And I feel like it's kind of like similar, you know, people that are stuck in, you know, abusive relationships and marriages, and you don't want to break up a family. You don't want to break up a happy, well, it should be a happy home, but those things are there for a reason, you know, and it's like that, you know, it's like that. People have to disband and disconnect from things that are toxic, that are trying to take them out through their soul. Because when you are being suppressed, that eventually leads to sickness and death. You know, it's one and the same, guys. When you emotionally or spiritually feel inept, you feel closed down or shut off, that is a form of not only self-sabotage and neglect, but it is harmful. It is dangerous, if I must say. So it's kind of like, choose an example, it's kind of like that. It's like you're staying in an abusive relationship because it looks good to the world, all the while your ass is getting beat, you know? How does that make any sense? You know, your ass is getting beat, and you're in a marriage or you're in a relationship because you want to put on a show, you know? And that's kind of how I feel about it, you know? It's like, that's just an example of kind of what I'm trying to say, you know? Like the gist of what I'm trying to say is like, you know, you're all the while, you know, I'm thirsty. I'm looking for something. I'm going to probably try to get a drink on my way back home. But it's like all the while, your ass is getting beat, you know, you're being abused. And because of appearance, you're trying to hang on to something that's dead, you know? You're trying to hang on to something that's toxic. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got 12%. I'm good. I just checked my battery is red. It's been red for a while. I got the notification about probably 40 minutes ago, 20% left. And I got 12%. I thought I had 10. I was checking if I had 10. I actually have 12%. So I have a good amount of percentage so I can still talk. So it's like, I'm just using an analogy, guys. It's like that's kind of like how it feels, you know? And I do have some decks here. I have some decks, you know, I have some decks that I take out every now and then, and it's like that, guys. It's like people who, they feel trapped, you know, they're in an abusive relationship, abusive marriage, and by the powers that be or whatever circumstances, like they you know, some really can't get out, but like, you know, others, I'm saying, oh, I have my belt on still? I still got my seatbelt on. Let me take my seatbelt off, y'all. My alarm just went off, my seatbelt's off. Wow. Right on schedule. But no, it's like the, I'm using the example of like the people who, they want to, you know, as an analogy, they want to get out, but they rather stay in ignorance. They rather stay in something abusive because of appearance. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying, F the appearance, you know, F the appearance. Like, is that what you believe you deserve? Is that what you believe that you should be subjected to as a human being? And if not, then you need to stand up for yourself, you know, get some income somewhere else, you know, file for divorce and get the hell out of there. That's just an analogy I'm using, you know. So, one second, guys. I have my lip gloss here. I don't know if I need to put it on, but my lips are kind of... I got to do my lip mask, and I need to get a drink. I'm surprised I didn't grab a water bottle. I must have really wanted to come on here. Well, I really did, because I have my own... I have another mini fridge I just bought recently, which I didn't even... it's a long story. And this is this is Esther and Jerry Hicks, The Teachings of Abraham, a deck of 60 relationship cards, getting into the vortex. This deck is phenomenal. I pulled, before I do that, I'm going to put on some lipstick so I could talk a little bit more before my phone goes dead. Let me fix my, you know how YouTube is, guys. I have a dress underneath, by the way, so, you know, if YouTube's tripping. 1 second, guys, because the softness... Oh my God, there's a stray kitty cat. Oh, there's a stray cat right in front of my car across the street. Oh my God, I hate when I see that. I really hate when I see that, guys. I'm just going to put it this way. Some people should not be parents, you know? Some people should not be in positions of power, and some people need to stop putting on a front, you know what I'm saying, and be who the fuck they are. And the other was it? Yeah, it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I was like having a higher self conversation with I feel like with myself, really. And I'm like, there's no way that I came down here for these people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, I'm saying something else. Not anything out here. I'm talking about my parents. There's no way that I came down here for them, guys. Like, I came down here for you guys. I came down here for me to enjoy life. I could say confidently, in this lifetime, I came here to enjoy life, you know. And it sounds very simple, but it's very deep. It's very deep. I did not, and I do believe in reincarnation. I do believe in incarnation. I do believe in that. I do. So there it is, 10%. I do. So my perspective, I do believe in other lifetimes. I do believe in things, the possibility of that. Absolutely. You know, I mean, reincarnation has been proven multiple times, you know, in different ways. And so, you know, I know confidently, like, in this body, in this lifetime, like Simone. And I was even thinking of changing my first name, which I know sounds kind of crazy, guys, but like, my parents gave me that name, and they have their own story as to how I got that name. But like, you know, maybe I'll change my middle name. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Yeah, my middle name. I'm gonna take out my middle name when other things in my life come into play. I'm cutting ties, bro. I'm cutting ties with certain people, for real. And I have to, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a choice, because it's not gonna ever be you versus me, or what you think versus what. I'm always gonna choose me, you know? I'm always gonna choose my happiness. I'm always gonna choose my peace. I'm always gonna choose me. And somebody needs to hear that, you know? Maybe you've been choosing, you know, the tough route, you know? Maybe you've been choosing to live a lie because of other things, other factors, other influences, or people. Cut that out, you know? You're neglecting yourself, and I'm not going to neglect myself ever. So I got to stay true to what I know, what I feel is best for me, and fuck whose expense it's at. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta be happy. I'm going to clean this. I got to be happy at the end of the day. I got to be happy. And so anything that would prohibit my happiness has to go. It's just that simple. It has to go, guys. So yes, at a later date, I will get into more specifics about that. But today's not that day. But I think I've already said a lot. I think that shows, I think especially those who've tuned in live from the beginning, I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. You know, for those who kind of read between the lines, I'm pretty sure you get what I'm trying to say by now. You know, if you don't, then rewind the video. But I think I'm making it pretty clear as I can, you know. You know, there's just toxic things that I've pinpointed who's doing it, you know, where's it coming from. And I came on here a couple, would it be probably last week or whatever by now, and I've told you guys that I was just waiting for confirmation, and I got it. You know, I've been getting it. And so now things are going to be taken up a notch, you know, and things are really going to change around here. And I can't wait, you know, I can't wait to really do and be able to do what I really want to do, you know, when I just really just cut ties and move forward with my life, you know, like for real, like for real. In addition to that, 1 second, guys, let me just pull some cards. Yeah, I pulled, is all the cards out? Because I pulled 3, there it is. I pulled 3 cards a couple of nights ago, and the messages were spot on. This is an Abraham Hicks deck. So, you know. And I made a comment to a particular person. I said, it's really confusing that somebody can so-called speak in tongues and roll over the floor, but they have a problem with me buying a crystal and pulling a card. You know, I'm like, which one seems less crazy? Buying a crystal and pulling a card, a piece of paper, or all that over there? All that and brainwashing and fucking weird shit and wearing tights and you can't wear pants and all this weird shit, and you gotta be a virgin until you get married and all this fake ass shit. Which one sounds less crazy to you? To me, this is way less. If you're gonna say they're both crazy, well, one is super duper crazy and the other one is not a big deal. And so, you know, I'm not to put, you know, that's another, like I said, guys, at a later date I can go more into specifics, but today's not that day. But just to give you guys an example, you know, I was having I'll put it this way, I had a brush conversation with a certain relative, and I made that comment, you know, and the response was, oh, well, in the Bible. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not getting it. You're not getting it. I don't live my life like that. They could I'll put it this way. If in the Bible it literally said word for word, which it doesn't, but if in the Bible it literally said you cannot read cards, you cannot buy crystals, you cannot buy rocks and pretty gems, and I wouldn't give a fuck. I would say, well, even more so why I'm gonna do it, because that's crazy, you know? That's crazy. Like, and you're supposed to be an adult. These people are supposed to be adults, and you're letting a book dictate your life? Like your entire identity is tied to a book? Are you serious? And like, and there's this one YouTuber, she's a mom. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't name drop unless we're in a collab or I'm supposed to, or, you know, it's approved. I'll put it this way. There's a YouTuber who has 2 different channels. One's spiritual and one's about relationships. And she made a comment one day that really stuck with me, and it's hilarious, but it's so true. It kind of just slipped my mind right now, but it was around the same kind of topic, and I was sitting there like, wow, you know, there is other people out here in the world that do think like me, you know, and that's a really good feeling, because like, bruh, like, if I just don't believe something, you can't tell me what to believe. Like, you just can't. Like, I don't care if you lock me in a room, like, you know, it's not going to change, you know, it's not going to change. And speaking of the Bible, is there not crystals and diamonds and shit that people claim they see in heaven? Like, don't these freaks claim that there's like diamonds and roads of gold? So what happened to that? Y'all don't like diamonds and crystals all of a sudden? Like, is it malachite? Are these things not in the Bible? So they cherry pick, guys. They cherry pick. And that's why they twisted the term, the lack of knowledge, people perish, because they don't have the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? They're sheep. They don't even know how to interpret the Bible. That's so true. Like, I've heard many philosophers and people say that these people don't even know how to interpret their own Bible. And that is like the truest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, these people, they're freaks, you know, the extremists, they're freaks. That's what they're freaks in nature, and they don't even know their place, and they're extreme, you know, and there's different fabrics of extremism, you know. Extreme to me means that you want to put a certain curriculum in a school, you know, that's extreme. I don't co-sign that, you know, I don't agree with that, you know. You want to put your so-called holy piece of shit book as a curriculum, that's what you call insanity, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're a parent, I'm sorry, especially if you're a parent, if you want to put your kid in a religious school, then you're really a nutcase, because you're brainwashing to the highest degree, because your child doesn't have the whereabouts or the power or the knowledge to even make a decision. You're trying, what they're basically trying to do, guys, people and parents like that, they're trying to think for their child. They're trying to train up. You ever heard the phrase, a lot of Black people have, I'm sure, know what I'm talking about, when they say, tramp the child in which the way they should go, and all this weird shit. Like, you don't have that right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think you do because your religion tells you do, but in reality, in my opinion, you don't. Because that child cannot fend, like a baby. For example, a baby cannot feed itself unless it's a toddler and can hold on to a bottle, for example. Like, a baby is helpless. And so how dare you try to, you know, that child is helpless. Like, you know, that baby's helpless, and you're trying to indoctrinate them. Like, that's what you call sick. That's a sick person, you know? I don't care who's offended by it. That's what I really feel like. It's a sick form of control, you know? And I would never do that, you know? If I would ever decide to have my own kids, like, my kids are not going to get brainwashed like that. Yeah, at the beginning of the video, I said that, you know, in a joking manner, that if I had a child, only way to ever go back in a church is to baptize my kids. That's true, you know, that is true, you know, because that's a traditional, customary thing, you know. Some people, they get their children baptized, but I'm not going to go as far as to have my child indoctrinated, you know. I'm putting that out in Front Street right now, like, baptizing my child or having my child blessed is not the same thing as telling my child what to do, what to go to school for, what to believe, you know. Like, some things are just kind of like placate, you know, like, some things are just what you do, you know, but you don't take it that seriously, you know what I'm saying? So, but even then, what I'm saying is, I would never tell my children what to think. I wouldn't want to raise my child. Me personally, guys, I would not want to raise my child in a religion, because that child may grow up to then look back and say, I don't believe in that. And then to me, it's like a form of it's like a form of control, because that child does not have like the voice to even say what they do believe. Why? Because they're a baby, you know, they're toddlers, they're young kids, not even teenagers, you know? And to me, I think it's sick. I think it's sick. Like, you don't have that right. Let your child decide what they believe, you know, and don't condemn them for what they believe, because you're not them. They're a whole separate human person. They're not clones of you. They're not accessories of you. They're not a robot of you. And what I'm realizing and what I know is like, and I have stories upon stories to back it up and prove it, you know, a particular person, they wanted a robot, you know, that person specifically had a child to have a robot, you know. I have countless stories, clear cut, not even stories that are like looking for Blue's Clues and innuendos and symbolism. Fuck that. Like, I have concrete, clear cut, sharp stories that anybody, religious or not, would say that's creepy, that's weird. Like, I have stories upon stories that anybody with a rational working brain would say, okay, you're overstepping your boundary. Like, you're overstepping your boundary. You see what I'm saying? Like, you know, nothing that you'd have to figure out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, that's the point that I've got to. That's the point that I've got to. And, you know, I'm confident, you know, like I've been telling people like I've been telling people that actually care about me in my life and are close to me, you know, I'm fully confident in my abilities. I'm fully confident in who I am. I'm fully confident in what I'm saying, you know, and there's no qualms about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am confident in what I'm saying, and I know that what I'm saying is the truth. And I can only hope that if I ever did have my own kids, that I would never overstep my bound, you know, and I would never lead them astray. I would never want to hold them hostage. I wouldn't want to be as controlling like that. I would want them to have their own opinions, their own desires in life, their own identity. And, you know, a lot of parents, not even with religion, in general, they're frauds, bruh. They're straight up frauds. Like, they're fucking crazy. And not to rat on boomers, because boomers get a bad rep anyway, but y'all know who y'all are. And if any of you in that demographic are watching me, y'all know how bad y'all are. Y'all are crazy. Like, a lot of these people that have been boomers, either they've passed away or they're still alive, unfortunately, you know, they're fucked up people. You know, they're fucked up people, guys. And they know it. They know they're fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's where they get it. That's where they get the rap they get, because they're crazy. And so I see as having children as like a very high honor, you know, a high responsibility. And if I ever had kids, like, I would not want to ever cross a line, you know. I want my child to feel comfortable to talk to me. I want my child to feel comfortable in who they are and what they believe in. I'm never gonna try to, and I would never have a partner, let alone a spouse, that would ever dictate that. You see what I'm saying? I would never pick up like I'm just speaking into existence. I'm only gonna have a partner and a marital spouse if I choose to get married in that form, because who knows how that's gonna change in a couple of years, because it obviously don't got a good rep. You know, divorce rates are sky high, especially in the West. But I'll just say, like, long-term relationship, like, I would not pick a partner that is abusive, is controlling, is like really into pushing certain religious doctrine or belief systems. I'm not into that, you know? I don't see myself being with a person that would ever try to tell a child what to go to school for, what to think, how to sit, how to dress. That's crazy to me. Like, that person is an individual. And what I see a lot of boomer parents have done wrong is they think and they've thought that their offspring are clones, are slaves, are robots. They don't want actual people that have a brain, just like a boss, just like a toxic boss or toxic work environment, right? They don't actually want you to think for yourself. They want to tell you what to do. They don't want to hear your opinions and how you could be an asset to their company. They just want to abuse you, you know, behind closed doors and control you. You know, it's the same thing. It's like they don't actually want somebody who can think for themselves, and they don't actually want somebody who can one day move on and have their own empire, have their own business. No, they want sheep. It's the same dynamic I see in the patriarchal society. They want sheep. They want people that are yes man, yes woman, that are fucking clones, robots, slaves, you know, NPCs. They don't want people that actually think. They don't want that, guys. They want people to be subservient. And that's why boomers get a bad rep. And that's what I see as a common thing in society. And even personally close, you know, surprisingly, I actually have a new friend that I formed a friendship with recently. And she didn't even know what I was going through. And she actually was talking about her upbringing, what she's been going through. And I'm seeing a very common thread here. You know, they're abusive, guys. They're very abusive and they're very controlling. And then they want you to turn around and wipe their ass, you know? Instead of putting them in a nursing home, you know, they're expecting all this treatment, all these grandkids and all this stuff. It's like, you're scum. You don't deserve shit. You know, you're a horrible person. Like, most of y'all shouldn't even have had kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not putting them all in I'm just saying, like, and a lot of older millennials that I've listened to commentary from, that I choose to become a fucking adult. I can, that's my right. You know, that I've talked about being child free or not having kids or whatever. You know, at first I wasn't understanding, like, why, you know, in society, this is such a hot trigger topic. You know, I was understanding. And then I came across this one guy's video who, I'm not going to say his channel name, even though I would love to shout out his channel, but I'm not going to, because once again, I don't name drop unless I have approval. And I was watching his video about how he thinks that having children is selfish, and he was giving all these reasons. And I was like, whoa, like, I feel that, you know, I'm on like the youngest spectrum of millennial. If I was like 1 year, back or forward, I would have been Gen Z. Like, I'm right at the Gen Z line. So I'm really like, I kind of claim both, but like, I'm more of a millennial, but like my year is like right at the, like, just like how I'm a Scorpio sun, but I'm the first day of Scorpio, and a lot of my chart is Libra. I'm like the first, like right at the cusp, you know? So I really could be considered Gen Z, because like, I don't really, like the age group that they always claim with millennial, I'm not even in that age group. I'm more Gen Z. So I don't know. But anyway, what this 40-year-old plus millennial was saying about it, I came across this video like years ago, and it kind of stuck with me, and I went back to it. I'm like, bruh, like now I'm older, like I'm like, oh, I see, okay, I get it. And he was talking about how a lot of these parents, you know, self-medicate, they're fucked up people. Oh my God. I was like, bruh, this guy is the truth, man. I'm sorry. Like, this is what I see in society. This is like experiences like people had, like, bruh, like these people should not have kids, like, and they're not good people. They're not even good parents, like straight up, they're not. And so full circle with that point, I'm saying if I ever have my own kids, they're not gonna be told to do anything, you know? Yes, they can be respectful towards me, you know what I'm saying? Yes, ma'am, hi mother, hi mommy, hi mom, whatever. But besides that, you know, cleaning up after themselves, you know, saying good morning, hi, bye, they don't owe me a damn thing. You know, my kids don't owe me anything. You know, what's up with these parents out here? Like, Your kids don't owe you anything. They don't owe you grandkids. They don't owe you money. They don't owe you to believe in your religion. We millennials and Gen Z, and even Gen X is having this issue. We don't owe you fucking boomers anything. We don't owe you guys a goddamn thing. And y'all are out of your minds. A lot of y'all are out of your minds. And there's good boomers, but it's rare. You know, like I have one of my neighbors, husband, wife, they're rare. You know, I talk to them actually a lot with my neighbors, you know, very close. And they're not the typical parents I've ever seen out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to put it that way. I've had in-depth conversation, you know what I'm saying? Like, and even other boomers have told me like how they were raised, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm seeing a trickle down effect, you know what I'm saying? Like, they pass down their insanity and they pass on their craziness, and it's like it's a bad cycle. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a bad cycle. So if I ever have my own kids, like, no, they don't owe me a damn thing. They don't owe me anything. You know, no, I'm not going to charge them rent. That's another thing that the hot topic been going around. No, they're not gonna be kicked out at 18. Where are these things coming from? I know it's very American. I mean, I'm in a Caribbean, European, more specific British, you know, upbringing, family background, cultural background. So in general, we don't operate like that. But in America, they have a lot of these, you know, cultures and traditions that are frankly, they're crazy, you know, and explains why they're so messed up. So yeah, I just think differently, guys. I think differently, and I'm excited for the future. You know, I'll put it that way. I have the power to direct my own thoughts. Number 35. Okay. And my phone's going to go dead soon, so I got to get off here. But yeah, in a nutshell, guys, you know, just to end that one topic of this video, fabric part of this video. Yeah, if I have kids, my kids don't owe me a damn thing. You know, go to school for what you want. If you want to be if you want to be a stripper, not that I agree with it, or a violinist, or hell, you want to be in sports, whatever the heck you want to do. I don't care. Because you know what? People pay for everything. People pay for different types of industries. Not that I would ever want my child to be a stripper, per se, but I'm saying on an extreme sense, like if I had a child that grew up and said, I want to be a stripper, like I would try to tell them, you know, I'm just giving an extreme example, like weigh the pros and cons, you know, it's a risky job, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of sexual assault. I would tell them that, but I'm not going to say, you must obey. Like, I'm not gonna tell them what to do. Like, if you are an adult, you do what you want to do. You know, if you're an adult, you do whatever you want to do. Like, no one, even if it's something that you think is just awful, like, you know, they still have that right. And guess what? They make a lot of money, you know? There's different industries. There's different industries for everybody, you know? There's a place in this world for everybody. So obviously it's not going to happen, but even if that, I'm just giving an example, you know, of what is extreme and considered, you know, not the norm, you know? If you want to do it, you go and do it, you know? And that's kind of like how I feel, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's something that you consider bad, like, you're an adult, you know, you could do whatever you want to do. Like, I don't have a say. I don't have a say to tell you anything. Like, that's not your place, you know? So, you know, like, people judge what they don't understand. People dislike what they don't understand, you know? Like, wasn't Cardi B, just giving it's not gonna happen, it's an extreme example, but I still stand corrected in my opinion, you know? Wasn't Cardi B a stripper? Cardi B was a stripper, and now she's a rapper turned artist, fashionista, businesswoman, you know, all these amazing things, and she takes care of her whole family, you know, and she speaks out against a lot of stuff a lot of times, and I'm like, and then I sometimes I stand back, I'm like, bro, wasn't she a stripper? Like, wasn't she a stripper and like the whole world, like most of the world loves her and loves her personality, loves her accent, loves her music. So come on, guys, you know, like I'm just saying, like people judge what they don't understand, you know, and anybody could look at Cardi. I'm just using her as an example, an extreme example. I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm just saying like even Cardi, and now Cardi B, I'm sure is paying her parents' bills. I'm sure she's paid something like I mean, you know, so you can't judge, you know, like you can't judge, you know. I don't have any personal feelings about really anything. Like you can think and do whatever you want. You know, if you're over 18, you could think what you could do whatever you want. Nobody has the right to bully you into anything different, you know? So I'm gonna get off here, guys. I don't want it to go dead. It's a over an hour, 105.40 second plus video. So my phone has to have battery to render and upload, and I want those who weren't in the live to get the full video. So I love you guys. I'm gonna get off here just because of that. But yeah, you know, use Cardi B as an example.